But those will be answered on another day. But for now,
until then.
Woo! Welcome to the 2015-2016 season of Facevalue, and of course, a new Vancouver Canucks season.
Yes, sir. A lot of new changes to the Canucks this offseason. A lot of new players coming in, but also a lot of players leaving as well.
A lot of players leaving.
Yep.
I don't know where to
Michael, could you name some of those players, please?
Yeah, there's you know what?
He was my favorite player.
Yep, we got a lot of youth coming in. Youth movement finally coming into Vancouver. It's about time. You know, Sedins are still here.
Yes.
That's still a thing. We've lost a couple key pieces.
Yeah, some veterans, some other contributing factors to the team as well.
Yeah, a lot of players have left either through free agency or trades.
Yes. Key notables being Kevin Bieksa, fan favorite, longtime Canuck. Went to Anaheim, sad to see him go. And the guy, Eddie Lack, the guy who played so well down the stretch.
Yep.
He's not here anymore. He's not here anymore.
He's not here anymore. No, he isn't here anymore.
Man, I can't work in this environment. Some good players on the team. Zach Cassian, he's gone. Nick Bonino, he's gone. Sean Matthias, Brad Richardson, both guys who played well last year, both guys are gone. And then Cecito's gone, McMillan's gone, Clendenning's gone. Definitely a lot of turnover during the offseason for the team. Did anyone come in, Michael? That's the question.
Yeah, a lot of people actually did come in. Appreciate it. Yeah, we got a lot of new faces, such as we brought in Matt Bartkowski, defenseman. We got Brandon Prust through that Cassian deal.
Nice.
We got Brandon Sutter. Yes, we got Brandon Sutter in the Bonino deal.
Yes. Nice.
That was a thing. Who else? Signed Adam Cracknell. Obviously, Markstrom moves his way on up from having a good AHL year. Yes. And of course, we cannot forget the big rookies, Jared McCann, Jake Virtanen, and the big surprise, big surprise, Ben Hutton. He was able to crack the lineup. You know what? I mean, he deserves it. The way he was playing, he was unreal.
Yes, Ben Hutton making the team, and I know you personally are a very big fan of Ben Hutton.
I love Ben Hutton. I didn't think he was going to make the big club.
Neither did I.
I thought it was going to be Corrado. I thought it was going to be Biega.
Yep.
I knew Ben Hutton was a good player. I just didn't think he was going to be ready right now. But, you know, watching him in the preseason...
Looks calm.
Yeah. Hearing what the veterans in the locker room have to say about him, what the coaches have to say about him, I mean, it's no surprise that he's on this lineup. Found himself looking like he's probably going to be the 5th or 6th defenseman. Hopefully manning that second power play unit. So.
Yeah, something the Canucks haven't had in a while. A defenseman capable of being on that second power play unit contributing. Now, I hate to steal your theme on the rookie. I'm really excited about Jake Virtanen, the 6th overall pick 2 years ago. He's a big power forward. He has a great shot. He had a pretty good preseason. I don't know where they're going to play him in the lineup, but he just has what you want in a player, especially a young player. He's physically ready for this league. He has the skill, the speed, everything you'd want. Can he put it together? We know he'll get 9 games because he'll be starting the season on the team. So hopefully we get to see a lot more of Jake Virtanen after those 9 games as well.
Yeah, I'd love to see him stick on that. At least even 4th line.
Yes.
I mean, the way he plays, he can fit that 4th line, and that's why I think he's perfect there.
So, those 2 rookies, we're both really excited to see them play, but again, like we said, a lot of players did leave. One of them that did leave that I'm kind of sad about, Eddie Lack. I really liked him towards the end of last season. I thought he played pretty well in the playoffs. It wasn't his fault, I thought. And then hearing the fact that Jim Benning had a chance to move Miller, maybe keep Lack and Markstrom, and instead he decides to keep Miller and Markstrom. I don't know how much of an upgrade Miller is over Lack, especially at the salary.
I was really surprised he said that.
I was too.
I mean, I appreciate his honesty.
Thank you for that, Jim Benning. Probably not your best move there.
No, definitely not. Definitely not the best PR move, that's for sure.
We've lost a lot of fan favorites throughout the years. Eddie Lack seemed like a guy who could connect with the fans and maybe stick with the team. Yep. Not the direction they chose to go.
And, you know, you lose one fan favorite in Eddie Lack, and you also lose another one in Bieksa. Obviously, Bieksa has been with the team for I don't even know how long. He's been with the team literally his whole, you know, professional career. He kind of started diving down a little bit in his play.
Not his best play in the playoffs, especially.
But I mean, you know what? If I'm gonna miss anything, I'm gonna miss his interviews.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He's just a funny guy to have in the locker room there. And so you know what? It's gonna suck, but new year, it's part of the business.
But enough about dwelling on the past. Let's look to the future here. There's a couple players who we think can really break out this season. Michael, I know you have a guy in mind that may surprise some people.
I know a lot of people are hating about not only his contract, but his play the entire season pretty much, and definitely in the playoffs.
I think you can guess who this is.
Lucas Spiza. Now, hear me out before you click away. Lucas Spiza, I don't think he's gonna have maybe a breakout year, but I think he'll for sure have a bounce back year. I really think that he was a product of playing with a player who was very similar with in playing style with him. He played with Bieksa a lot, and obviously we know Bieksa isn't the most defensively sound. He's really good at kind of taking those chances and those big hits. And Spiza's kind of the same thing. They'll both be found out of position.
Both Bieksa and Spiza were hit and miss players. You might get something great, but at another shift you might get an ill-advised pinch. People have to remember, this is still a pretty young defenseman. He's just entering his late 20s now. A guy who's just entered his 20s, who I think is really going to break out. I know I'm not the only one. Bo Horvat. We all saw what he did towards the end of the second half of the season, and I still think he was the best Canuck out there during the playoffs by far. He made plays on every opportunity that he got. He was around the puck. He was physical. He was fast, something that he was criticized a lot for when juniors, people said he didn't have the speed. I think he proved people wrong there, and I think I'm not the only one again saying this. Upwards of 50 points should not be a surprise from Bo Horvat. He's that special of a player, and he's great in his own zone as well, so you know he's going to get a lot of playing time from Willie D.
He absolutely murdered preseason too.
Yes,
he did. He just turned it on.
Yes.
It was ridiculous.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a pretty quick rundown of what you're going to see from the Canucks this season.
Yes, sir.
So here it is, predictions.
I think the Canucks are going to finish 4th in the Pacific Division. I believe Anaheim, LA, and Calgary, in whatever order, will be ahead of them. Although, I do see the Canucks making that final wildcard spot. I see us back in the playoffs 2 straight years in a row. Are we going to do anything in the playoffs? I don't know, but I think we have a team good enough to be able to make the playoffs. We still have the Sedins, we have good young players, our D is still pretty decent. My key is the goaltending. If they can get the goaltending this year, which I hope, obviously as a Canuck fan, then I think we'll have enough to make a push. By your reaction, I'm going to assume you agree, disagree?
You know what, I don't disagree too much, because I do think they're going to finish 4th in the Pacific.
Right.
I can agree with that. However, I do not see them making playoffs.
Ooh.
As much as I would love to see another playoff run, I don't know. I just think the Central is strong. I mean, Dallas got better. You still also have Minnesota. Winnipeg's also kind of a wild card as well. A lot of teams in the Central that can, challenge for that 7-8 spot. In the playoffs. So yes, I agree. They get 4th in the Pacific, but I do not think they're gonna. I think they're just gonna miss out, which sucks. It hurts. It hurts to hear.
Not what we want to hear.
To say, but just being real. Just being real. That's all.
Well, we'll hope I'm right and not him.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's our season wrap up on the Canucks. They play their first game in Calgary. And then they play their home opener on Saturday against Calgary again. We will be doing weekly videos, just recapping the week of Canucks, seeing how they did, good, bad, if there's any changes, if there's any trades, we'll see what happens. If you want to keep up to date and maybe, you like these videos, there's a button down there, I think if you spell it out, it's spelled subscribe.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm not saying, but if you like it and, we'd like it, why not, huh?
We're gonna be here anyways, I mean.
We will, so you might as well, I'm just saying.
Got this.
But, yeah.
That's that.
Go Canucks.